Okay, time for our first Mistveil box. Now, from the sponginess, so this is Japanese, and I don't know what to say, right? When you go back, and if you've ever had the chance to, open or feel a Klloo Unlimited, right? One of the first sets to be printed in Japan and come out. These are significantly better quality than the sets we get nowadays. Card quality and box as well as cases to ship in, right? Not a single box in the actual case isn't either bubbly or dinted in some manner or form. And there's just, I don't know if you can hear that. There is so much wiggle room, right? I'm really getting displeased altogether with the quality of the Japanese boxes, right? But we'll see how the cards fare in themselves. It's so weird to think about, right? Because Japan has fantastic card quality if you set up right. And again, Klloo was, I would say, significantly better than all the recent sets coming out of Japan. Back then, I'd rather crack a Japan box than Belgium, right? But now, we don't really have the choice here in Australia. We just get Japan. But yeah, this is significantly more flimsy. And I understand, thinning it down just to save on shipping and whatnot. That's fair enough, right? But it's when you get to the card quality that you lose me. Now, I personally have always preferred Japan because whatever the wax coating is on the cards, I don't have a minor allergy to, right? But when it comes to Belgium, I do. So cracking a ton of them ends up swelling my fingers and making them kind of itchy. Fortunately, no gold pack. Oh well. But we'll see how the actual cards fare up, right? Also, there's only one booster pack. Yeah, so this is another big thing for me, right? Look at that. That is how much space is in these packs, right? They could easily be thinned down, which would also, again, save on shipping, but card damage, right? I know we've got 2 tokens, so we've got more room to play around with, but yeah. I mean, also another thing, if you go back to any Klloo boxes, and we've done a lot of them on the channel, the perforation, right, the sealing is a lot further down instead of just the edges clamped here and there, which again leaves so much wiggle room, so much. Can the mic pick that up? The shaking? I think it does. Anyway, this is our first box for Mistveil, right? I'll be cracking the rest of the case on stream. Should be right when this comes out too, right? So if you're watching this right away, there should be a nice little live tag next to the little face icon logo, channel logo down bottom. Now, we are going to take this a little bit slow. That's also why we're only doing one box, because obviously I want to admire the actual cards, but again, so flimsy. And at least, it does take a lot to actually warp them, right? Doesn't come back, but, again, I had to apply a decent amount of pressure. For foils, significantly bad, right? Again, with the climate of the humidity down here in Oz. But I digress, right? So I don't think there's any commons of interest, especially not the reprints, right? Reserve tradition. So I do believe I haven't actually been to any pre-release, right? Not anywhere local. So you do get a guaranteed cheat card from memory, which is fantastic. Again, I think limited for Mistveil is super, super well designed, right? The fact that you get to show off the strength of everyone. We have cutting issues again too. It has to be a guillotine, right? Because again, the edge goes up slightly. I don't know if you can see it. Definitely not that way. But on this, it is slightly raised. If I catch the light, yeah, you can see all the edges, right? Oh well. Not like I've got any other choice. But yeah, it's surprising to me because One Piece is by and large, I would say, the best card quality that you will ever find currently. And then again, with Fab, you go back to the earlier sets that were first printed in Japan, and it is so different. And it feels bad to obviously go from that level of quality to what we have now. But we like the cards nonetheless. So we want our rares, which is Blanche, right? Maybe a nod to what's to come. Commons altogether, I'm done collecting sets, I think, right? I think I only care about the foils and play sets of rares. Mainly because, again, we're getting to the point where there are just a lot of either just junk or reprints. And, yeah, commons are no longer anywhere near important. But our foil is Desires of the Flesh. Again, all the foiling in Fab is just fantastic. Beautiful, right? With all the trim on her actual kimono there. So that is a wonderful card. And then, fortunately, just 2 tokens. No expansion, nothing else. That's fine. We'll see what we end up getting. So, can go a little bit quicker, but I do kind of want to just look, right? Especially the back cards. I know they're tokens, so damage to them doesn't really matter. But, you know, if it can be avoided, it probably should be avoided. But is there any sort of print issues? No, the color looks all fine and good. Well, first Majestic is going to be a Bonds of Agony, which is a fantastic card, especially with is it Justin Nick, right? Wonderful. So that is a nice M to pick up. Then our foil is Tigers from the Tiger Form Incantation. I said that completely wrong. Yeah, that's what's a bit better for the foils. 2 more tokens. Alright, I think we've got the gist. So let's just start cracking through it. Junk. I do like some of the standout art, right? Where it's completely different from the set. I like that they throw this in to, again, tie it to the wider world. That's always cool. I do wish that, you know, it seems like we get less and less lore on cards, which I understand, obviously, they're writers left or something in that form. So that is a bit unfortunate, right? But it does feel like we're missing out a bit on lore when it comes to cards and what we used to get. So another reprint, but Double Trouble, another fantastic card, right? Again, I love this mechanic of stacking reactions for Assassin. It feels like they finally have their own sort of thing, right? As much as Contract is cool, as much as Stealth was interesting, this feels more proper to me. That's just a rare and 2 tokens. All right. Go to the equipment, and then it's the next 2. So 1, 2, and a nice big blue sky. Gorgeous art. Bit overdone on the foiling, it looks like, right? It washes out the blues. So, you know, oh well. I'm trying to think what they could have done, right, to make it a bit less, a bit more tasteful, like all the other ones, but yeah. It's fine. I don't think it's a great card, in all honesty. Might have some niche uses, but, you know, why take the chance to try and make it decent block when you could, you know, take just decent block? Blue pitch ball is, I guess, nice, though. I also wish they kept the tear tabs for packs to make it a lot easier. I think it was explained to me you meant to split the little edge, but even that's perforated now, right? So you can't really pull the back part. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll try it. Water the Seed. So far, nothing sensational for a first box. Yeah, so where am I meant to grab? Somewhere here, but look at that. That's short as well, is it not? Or do you just pull along? Nope. You definitely do not. Some are easy, some are more sealed. I would assume it's just to do with the amount of air that gets trapped in there. Alright, so this is going to be a fantastic Majestic, I'd have to say. Again, I'm meant to be pulling out the rares. Kind of tempted not to care about the rares either. But we have Restless Coalescence, which is just a wonderful card and absolutely gorgeous in foil, right? Super powerful. So that is nice to see. That can go with the Majestics. We're a bit light on Majestics here. Right, how many packs have we opened? Only 5. I'm still kind of taking it slow. We have Bonds, Prismatic Leyline, an interesting card. So when I first read this, I didn't notice the comments, and I thought it was just ore, right? So if you play red attack after this, it's +1, yellow card, so it's more just situational depending on how ratioed your deck is. But the fact that this is all 3 is fantastic for a lot of classes. Well, a lot of, you know, tempo classes. So yeah, just an overall +6 potentially for 0 is huge. But you do have to obviously play 3 cards of different colors, which could be a little bit trickier. But I do think it's a really powerful design, and I want to see it in foil, because that looks like it'd be gorgeous in foil. I assume they don't do the walls, it's just the little aura, and probably some parts of her clothes. Alright, Astral Etching, Heirloom, and a Vengeful Apparition. Into the Essence card. So I wish they'd also do this. I'd love it if it's just a blanket thing they do with rares across the board. We saw it in Outsiders with the well, Laces more so just because of the token they generated, but what was it? The tail feather shenanigans. But yeah, basically, it's yellow, so it's yellow colored, which is kind of cool, right? Differentiate between the 3 different versions for a lot of cards in a slight manner that, also looks really good. I get that it wouldn't work for every card, but it's definitely a cool concept. And hopefully, yeah, it just grows and grows and grows and becomes more of a mainstay in the set. Alright, Moon Chakra into Blessing of Ki, and another foil. Yeah. Fortunately, it looks like we got kind of a dud of a box, from the looks of it. Alright, so this is a red one. Where'd the other one go? So, on the spoilers, this definitely looked a lot more red. Right, it's kinda... We need to find the blue so we can compare. But going through the spoiler season, I do remember it being a lot more pronounced. Emissary of the Wind, and just a Companion of the Klloo. No expansion card yet either. Oh, it's an Evo, which means, fortunately, I don't really care. But there we go, Aspect of the Tiger, right? The red is definitely more pronounced. Then we have an Art Desire, Emissary of Tides in foil. Definitely beautiful. So this one is the +2. I feel like just draw or go again is a lot more impactful. And then we get the face. Evo Recall as our expansion slot cold foil. Yeah, can't say I'm too excited. Was it when the squid put up to 1 acknowledged action card from your banish zone on top of your deck? That's a really nice effect though, right? Arcane Barrier and, determining what your future card is going to be is definitely strong. I guess we'll just stick on the foils, but yeah, we kind of more so want the insect cold foils at the moment because not a big mechanologist player. If the God, what was it? Supercell again allowed you to recycle a construct rather than Nitro, and you could hit Singularity, I'd be a lot more interested, and that would make it just so much better in Klloo. All right, Bonds, Astral, and a Sigil of Solitude. I believe these are different colored too, right? Maybe. Am I misremembering that? There's definitely a few cards that hit it. Alright, and then we get Visit Goldmane Estate. So I don't think as good as the Olympia one seems, I don't think it's made much of an impact yet, but I think Visit Goldmane Estate is definitely quite strong. Right? Yeah. See, look at that. Tasteful. Just the edging of the house, right? No windows, none of the trees or anything like that, or the clouds. Yeah, and they can really do an amazing job sometimes with the foiling. It just makes it so much more memorable and stand out than just, a blanket rainbow sweep. Alright, second tenant. There we go, yellow. And a Venomous Bite. And a Zen. I guess that's good, right? Again, they shouldn't be Majestics. They really shouldn't. They shouldn't be hard to find. It's nice that obviously they're not in the Majestic slot, but there should be an easier way to acquire them, right? Again, I feel like you could rotate them in the tokens a lot easier, rather than, pulling them. Alright, Binding Breeze, and then 2 tokens. So, I'm curious if the Evo Cold Foil counts as our Cold Foil for the box. You might get lucky and get another one, a normal inset one. Art of Desire, another beautiful, right? I think they could have done the other way, though, where they sort of shimmered. There's the snake one with new. I forget what it's called. Might be just a nick. No, I don't think it was just a nick, right? And that one looks really nice. Or I'd assume looks really nice. I think I've seen it a couple times from other people's openings. Double Trouble. I do like that as well. I think new has a lot of great cards. Yeah, and Assassin is a prime example of how they will struggle releasing new classes. Also, Cosmic Awakening I love, and this art is fantastic as well. But yeah, so Assassin launched with whatever cards it was, 60, 40, something like that. It was abysmal, right? And then needed addition. And in thinking about it, any new class needs like a solid 120-ish cards, right? To actually be usable, unless, it's in a non-draftable set, I guess, and they just go for Majestics and Rares, right? But altogether, it sort of makes them their own set type of thing, or like this, where it's 3 new sort of classes that do overlap in some manner. Wind Chakra, nada, nada, nada. Actually, that's an M, so we won't put it over there. Yeah, definitely want to keep track of the M's. I do think that Cosmic Awakening is just significantly better last ditch effort, right? Even just getting off the 10 damage is such a big push compared to last ditch effort 8, isn't it? Rare, foil, nada. They have tear tabs. Was that just a nick from a machine? Probably just a nick from a machine. Alright. Gravekeeper, Manifestations of Miragai. Is it Miragai or is it Mirage? I feel like Mirage, because it's meant to be a Mirage. Anyway, this is also another fantastic card, right? Illusionist, again, sort of got the Assassin treatment where they're trying to rework it into a different version, and it's so powerful, right? That is just, you know, tempo, tempo, tempo. But definitely a nice M to pull. We're definitely getting the Enigma care package from the looks of it. Can we get a legendary or something to go with it? Double Trouble again, Moon Chakra, and just a foil. Alright, well, there's only 3 packs left, so I think we've done okay-ish, but definitely not a strong start to the case, which is good. It means there'll be better stuff to open live. Oh, chase the tail. The reds feel like they're not always as vibrant as they appeared in the spoilers. I'm trying to look, right? They look a little bit faded. Curious. I need to pull out the reprints and compare them to their older versions. Alright, so that's an M, Rising Tide, and 2 more Nadas. Alright. Second last, for a Blanche. Intimate Inducement is not the one I'm thinking of. Oh, no, this is the snake one though, right? I feel like there was a way for them to do it where it's a little bit more faded, and then the foil really makes it shine out. I think that would have been really cool. Oh, and then Dust. We pray for Jeremiah's return, so all the dust becomes impactful. I'm sure everyone is just sitting on a ton of it, right? It's probably the least movable cards across the board. So if they do what a lot of people are sort of thinking, right, making Jeremiah similar to New Prism with some sort of fetching dust mechanic, or depending on the dust you have, fetching dragon mechanic, that would be fantastic. All right, lucky last for a rare, into a nothing. Yeah. Oh well, you win some, you lose some, right? For every person who gets a good box, someone's going to get a average to bad. And going off of these, I'm going to say we didn't do overly well. Maybe if it was pre-release and we could, you know, stiff someone with a Zen for 20 bucks. Oh well, nonetheless, hope you enjoyed. So yeah.